Today is New Year's Day, and I do not have to work today. It is my first free day here in Indiana, and I've made it my personal mission while I'm here to find something interesting to do in Indiana, because I've been warned there's nothing interesting to do here. While it may not have the breathtaking views of California, the majestic mountains meeting the ocean, and the wind and the rain, and the sun, Indiana, I'm going to give you my level best shot. I'm giving you a chance, but you got to work with me here. Anyway, it is bitterly cold. There is snow, a little bit of snow left on the ground from yesterday. I have chosen to go to Turkey Run State Park. Looks like there's a lot of great opportunities for at least photographs and some hiking. So we're going to go on that adventure today, and it's about a 2-hour drive from here in Kokomo, so I'm going to see what I can find along the way as well. One thing I have noticed here in Kokomo is a lot of abandoned railroad tracks, which usually means abandoned train bridges somewhere, and I love bridges and photographing bridges. So that's going to be on my short list of things to research and do too, and really kind of dig into the history of Indiana. I know it's a very old state with a lot of history. Also, Battle of Tippecanoe is not far from where I'm at, and I found Mounds State Park, which is a ancient Native American mound site, which I will check out one day. But today I'm going to Turkey Run State Park, and we're going to do that. So I'm here at Turkey Run State Park now, and at the trailhead, to start the trails, you've got to cross this really cool suspension bridge, because every river I've seen has been swollen. You can see this is pretty murky, full of debris, but I thought it'd be pretty cool. So this is really cool. This is called the Ice Box. It's kind of an outcrop right next to the creek here. I had to come off the trail to come down here. Yeah, this is really cool. Nice little path off the trail that comes down. This is the kind of place that just screams Native American rock art. But as it stands, all we've got is graffiti. So I feel like this should probably qualify as a trail hazard. There's the trail right there. Okay, so this is Bear Hollow, and they call this the Ladders. This is pretty cool. You got a cool waterfall, some ladders going on here. We'll check this out. I think I've about seen what there is to see at this state park, and it is a really cool place. It's a really cool place. There's some great hiking trails, like it's pretty tough hiking trails. I've done, as best I can tell from the trail map, about 4.5 miles, and to be honest, my legs are a little bit shaky. There's a lot of elevation change. So I think I'm going to be done for here today. I think I've seen all the cool stuff. I saw there's a covered bridge up around the way, so I'm not done for the day. I'm just done here for the day. And now I'm going to go try to see if I can see this covered bridge and maybe take some pictures of that. Well, I thought my adventure here was over. This is new to me. This is something new to me. But they have right here at the front what they call a carrion field. And what is out in this field are, I'd say, about a dozen dead deer. I'm going to assume that these are roadkill deer and that they did not just kill them to do this. That would be a very unstate park-like thing to do. And if that is the case, which I'm sure it is, that's actually pretty smart, because the reason they're there and roped off is because it attracts bald eagles. And there's one right here. Now, obviously the video quality is going to be very poor, but you can see them up there. Right over here are all the dead carcasses, as you can see. Whoops. So, I think I got a couple of decent pictures of this guy, at least. I'm having a little trouble with the focus on that lens. I think it's a pretty cheap lens, but anyway, around it, very cool. And at least through the lens, I can see Mr. Eagle very well. So that's pretty cool. I did indeed find the bridge and took some pictures and promptly left my phone in the car in my ride. But I'll go ahead and get a little bit of video of it now, even though I'm not going to go all the way back down underneath it and all that. I gotta say, this floor is a little wonky. It's definitely settled a little bit. It is a pretty darn good ways down to the river. I'd say at least 35 feet, 30 to 40 feet. It's very cool. Okay, this is really cool. I mean, we are in Indiana. Apparently there's a lot of agriculture here, but this abandoned granary is really cool. If it were not obviously on private property and there weren't houses everywhere, I feel like it would be pretty awesome to poke around in there and do a little bit of urban exploration. Of course, you also might die. It looks pretty decrepit. Well, the sun is now about to set, so I believe my adventure for the day is completely finished. Turkey Run State Park was a pretty cool place. It's only about a 2-hour drive from Kokomo. That would put it within 2 hours of Indianapolis. And as I've said before, one of my biggest goals with this whole project is to get people outside and encourage you to get outside and point out there are things to do all around you. You just have to look for them, even when you think there aren't. We proved that in Chattanooga, and we went down to Rainbow Lake Dam. Proved that in and around Fort Smith several times over. There's a lot of things you can get out and do. And now here in Indiana, in Kokomo, which I have to admit was wholly unimpressive at first, and still has a ways to go to win me over. I'm just going to be honest with you. Turkey Run State Park was a pretty cool place, and right there within 2 hours of, I mean, Kokomo's a pretty large populace, and then Indianapolis is very large populace, and it's right there. And there's several other places I'm going to check out very soon. This Sunday will be another one. Not sure where I'm going yet, but I've at least got a few places to pick from. And so, yeah, I would say today was very successful in that I got out, found some great places to hike, and saw some cool stuff, and got out and explored. And that's the whole goal, is to not sit around and become unhealthy watching American Pickers on the History Channel, right? Even though I like that show, just saying, there's more to life than that. And that's what it's all about.
like to remind all of you out there listening, wherever you might be, that though the hill might be steep and the trail be rocky, the mountaintop awaits. Carry on.